Hello! Truth be told, I almost forgot it was Thursday. Seriously thought I was done with my day. I'm packing in my computer. I was like, holy fuck balls. What am I thinking? I gotta talk to my people. Okay, I'm looking at this lighting and it's so Rembrandt. It's so dark. Actually, today is a little overcast. We actually got our, like, a little bit of rain on. We were walking around. Apparently, Easter is a 2-weekend deal around here. So it's Thursday, and the streets are full of vendors and food and people, and it's pretty awesome. I'll scoot a little closer. All right, so Monday, I dedicated our reading to surrender. Very powerful. And what's happened for me is I've had to continue to surrender. Surrender to the guidance, surrender to the impulse, surrender to things I was holding out on. I had to actually burn some stuff today. And yes, you can burn anytime there's something that you need to really let go of. It's a good ritual to do. You know, there's not like a prescribed ritual that I have. Literally for me, a burn can just be like today, I wrote out everything that I wanted. You know, I wanted to write it in the positive, in the most active positive. And so I wrote everything out like, it's safe. I'm safe. I can do this. I can do that. And then because I was responding to the fear or the old, the old shit that I want to hold on to. Like, I brought this up once about makeup. So there are more opportunities, and my message is going out bigger, and my polish is not the same as everyone's, and I need to step it up so I can be in that right arena and shine the way they do and have my message and my image match. And just the thought of going to buy makeup made me cry today, because I was like, I don't want to buy makeup. Makeup makes me feel shitty, because every time I put on makeup, someone's like, oh, you look amazing. You look like a bombshell. And it always makes me feel like, well, what the fuck did I look like before? It makes me feel like my natural state isn't right. Whenever I straighten my hair and put on makeup, I mean, people don't even recognize me that see me every day. And they're like, oh my God, you look amazing. And there's a big chunk of me that's like, shit, I looked amazing before, yo. And so I had to let that go. That was an old story. I had to let that go today. I had to let go this concept of investing myself and holding on to what I made. I had to let that go. I had to surrender. I have to surrender to what I've asked for and the process it's requiring of me, and not change it and not try to control it. And that is so powerful. And it is my work and it's my message. And therefore I need to do it, and I want to do it, and I want to love it as I'm doing it. So like I said, today I had a burn, I had a good cry, I let it out, I said it, I wrote it. Boom, let's do this. Let's test the waters. Let's test the invisible bridge. So today I want to dedicate this to restore and heal. It's something that's been on my mind since Monique helped me fix my computer by saying restore and heal, and it did. Of course, with anything, you have to have a vibration, an emotional alignment with what you're saying. So if I truly thought that was horseshit, it wouldn't have happened. But I am a woohoo girl, and I believe in magic and miracles in all ways. So for me to say restore and heal, I was like, absolutely. Absolutely. So what I want to dedicate this today is restore and heal for all of us, and always, in every area, with every dream, with every fear. I'm praying for your restoration and your healing, and mine too. All right, so let's see what we come up with. Yo, the universe is not pulling any, they're not, what do you say, pulling any punches? They're not mincing words. That's what I mean. So, sometimes I wonder if these readings are just for me. So, here we go. I pray that there's something in it for you, that I may be a hollow bone, and speak to your highest being, your best of selves, and hold you in the greatest of expectation. because I do love you. So the first card was Bat. So here we are at rebirth. This is the shamanistic death. This is when we go into the cave and we get buried alive and we face those old stories and those old fears. Hi, Moj. So when we face those old stories and old fears and we sequester ourselves and it's just you and me, you, me, whatever. The fear, the story, the desire for what we want, that powerful relationship with God, and we get out of our own way. So we don't try to sit in there and muddle it up. We say, I recognize this. I surrender to you as I ask for this to be morphed and transmuted within me so that I can walk out of this cave, this coffin, who I am meant to be next. There are 1,000 deaths. There will always be another evolution to who you are. So there will be more deaths. There will be more experiences. Right now, with this whole reading being dedicated to healing and restoration, this says go in the cave, go get buried, face that shit so that you can walk out restored and healed as what it is you are asked and called to be in this moment. And then the next card, seriously, not pulling any, not mincing any words. The Spirit says, possum. Possum is strategy. The ultimate strategist right here. They play dead. They play dead so good they smell dead. They look dead. They fool people all the time. They're able to take their blood pressure, their body temperature down. So it's almost imperceptible to see life in them. And the minute that it's safe, boop, they're up and they just run right back to their home or to the forest or whatever is safest. So for us here, what are we talking about? In healing and restoration in the wake of the rebirth, we say sometimes it's best to be still and to receive and or let that moment pass. But in all things, we must have strategy. So what is strategy in our process? Strategy is alone time so that we can go and face the story, face the fear, figure what we need to burn. Strategy is knowing who you got in your corner, asking for the help. Strategy is starting that day in the greatest amount of alignment. Like today for myself, I had to tell myself, what are the 5 good things about myself? I could barely lift my head from the pillow. I was so tired, but I felt anxiety. My dreams were telling me that I was fighting authority. I was fighting the system, and I needed a chance to just remember why I'm awesome. So strategy is multifold, and strategy is always necessary. But when you're looking for healing and restoration, and Great Spirit starts with this rebirth, strategy is very vital. So that means time, space, nutrition, emotional comfort. Make sure those things are in place so that you can fall apart, so that you can let the Legos just dump out on the floor and you can pick out the pieces that you need and move on. And the end of this, I think, is super beautiful. It's something that came up today, and this is the turkey. This is the act of giving. This is not the act of giving as only that act, but it is to say that when we give, we always, always, always receive. You can't open a channel and think it's going to flow one way with energy. That's not how it works. You could never control it that way. You will always receive when you give. No matter how little it is, you will receive something. I promise. I put everything I have on that. This is a universal law. In giving, in being a point of provision, in giving from a place of love and excitement and honor and respect to the fact that you're able to give, you will receive. What this does, though, in the place of healing and restoration in this process, we're going in, we're letting that death process happen, and we're just going to face those stories. We're going to burn it up. We're going to transmute it. We're going to love it, and we're going to walk out of that cave or that coffin or that process what we are desiring, what we're meant to be in this moment. We're going to employ strategy so that there's space and time and room and approval and love so that this can happen and that the end will not hurt us. And we're going to put rockers on this. Rockers. We're going to put boosters on this little rocket with the act of giving. giving love, giving time, giving energy, giving attention, whether it be to your family, to yourself, to the stranger on the street, to a moment that captures your heart. In giving, you will always receive. And this is the vital circle that's a part of this. Because in this part, there's a lot of work here. It's tiring. But in the giving, we empower ourselves to say, I've got the energy to give. I've got something to give. And when we give and then we receive, because you always will, you can ignore it, but you're still going to receive. You will be, again, restored, and you will have more so that you can continue to walk that next path. I dedicated this whole reading for all of us for healing and restoration because all too often we just try to do the best we can with what we have and hobble along, and we forget that we can ask. You can ask for healing and restoration. And not only can you ask, you'll be answered lovingly, emphatically, because it is your birthright. Every cell in your body wants to restore. Every cell in your body is looking for the path of healing. Allow yourself to move into those old stories. Allow yourself to burn that shit up, just like I had to do today. And say, you know what? It did hurt before, but it's a new day, and I choose a new story. And I do. I burnt that up. So my commitment to my next few steps of having to get makeup and having to be more polished like other people and step it up a little bit, I'm not going to rehearse what other people said and how I took it. I'm going to say thank you to every compliment. And I'm going to give myself more room and time to feel comfortable. And then I'm going to continue to spread my message and give it to the world so that I can still nourish and feel like I'm receiving something that I need, want, or desire. All right, let me see. Moj says, hi, baby, just got in. Thanks. I love being called baby. Your beauty, your laughter, your love, your gifts, your energy, your awesomeness. Thank you so much, Moj. I feel like it was like a little special time for you and me. So if you're watching this on the replay, feel free to comment. I am on here. I'm checking you guys out. I'm holding energy and space for you. I only have one space left for my one-on-one packages. Not the long-term packages that are like 3 and 6 months, but these are literally three 75-minute sessions. So there'll be one per week for 3 weeks, and there's one that's 5 75-minute sessions, and I put discount in there on my time for that. And I'll put that in the link for the for those one-on-one support. But I can only take 2 because Crazy Pants Monique is filling up our schedule, and I'm really determined to stay a little bit lazy. I want time to go mosey through cafes and wander through twisted tiny streets and snuggle with my kid for 2 hours. I'm really enjoying only having one business to run. I'm enjoying being unplugged. So for me, this has been a powerful evolution. And in this evolution, just like the cards, I just want to give. I want to get into it with somebody. I knew I could guarantee 2. So one of those pieces is taken. I'm still looking for the other. I announced it on another group, and I'm going to go to the general public with this this weekend to fill that space. But you guys are my inside troop, and so I want to make sure you know that it's available to you first. I love you, Moj. Thank you so much to everybody who joins us on the replay. If there's something in healing and restoration that you'd like me to witness for you or to just simply hold in my heart for you, you could post it here or just send me a private message. I do understand that sometimes these things are quite intimate and not everybody wants to share all their dirty laundry like I do. So enjoy the beautiful weekend. For many people, this Easter weekend is a holiday. Take advantage of it. Rest. Love yourself. And don't be afraid. It's okay. You can feel things. They can hurt. And you can still find healing and restoration. All right. Mwah. I want my wings open. What? I love you, my lovely. I with my wings open. Are your wings open for me? I'm so down for that. I am so down for a hug right now. I cannot wait to get home and just give my daughter and receive from my daughter the smooshiest, most amazingest hug ever because she has such good hugs. Just holding her hand gives me goosebumps. Okay, I love you. Enjoy the weekend. I hope your college week was great, Moj. And we'll talk to you soon. Don't be afraid. Don't be shy. Post on here at any time or send me a little message. Bye.